Polygraphs for treating sex addiction. I was the first one in our field to ever use a polygraph to help sex addicts begin their own journey of recovery. Now, this works for both people. For the sex addict, it destroys the secret world because sex addiction needs opportunity and secrecy. Well, with the internet, we can't get rid of opportunity, but we can get rid of secrecy. And once the addict no longer has a secret world, the whole addiction loses its strength, because the thing they used to hold on to, well, no one's going to know. Well, now someone's guaranteed to know, and it's going to be my spouse. And that's a different dynamic. So that helps them. On the spouse side, it's a way for them not to have to check all the emails and the phone numbers and obsess and try to control and all that stuff. The sex addict can do a polygraph to verify the truth. This is a story in a marriage. There was sex outside of marriage, there was not. It was paid for, it was not paid for. Okay, it stopped when masturbation occurs, how often, stopped when, pornography the same. And these are some basic questions that you could have asked. Okay, now for the spouse, it gives them the truth of the story, which they can make a decision then about their future. And if they work on the future, they can say, okay, once a quarter for the first year, 6 months the second year, and annually until they're both, you know, they feel good about that. And so that's a great way to use a polygraph in sex addiction treatment. Now, if you need like all the questions you can ask on AASAT.org, there's on the sexual recovery training, there's 2 or 3 DVDs on polygraphs. You can watch those. That'll help you a whole lot. I want to encourage you, though, that the polygraph is definitely the way to go with sex addiction treatment, okay? Because the men who refuse to take polygraphs, in my 30 years of experience, who then the next day or two later take it, in the 97-8 percentile, we're lying about significant things. Happened just last week. It happens almost 50% of the guys who even fly in to do intensives, and they spend 3 to 5 days with me. They fly in knowing they're lying. And half of them know they're going to take a polygraph test. It is important to have the truth if we're going to recover, because until the wife has the truth, she's literally treading water and her feet are not hitting the ground. And this can go on for years. And so if you're seeing a counselor who doesn't support polygraphs, you can ask them, when was the last time they've masturbated, viewed pornography, or cheated on their spouse, to make sure that you're in a healthy relationship with a healthy counselor. Okay, because it's fair for the wife to have this information up front. It's the best thing for the addict because it gets rid of shame. And once we get rid of the shame, the addict is less likely to act out. I can't tell you, just last week, a guy said, "Thank you, Dr. Weiss. I've been in counseling for a couple years. My counselor was letting me get away with not doing this. You allowed me to take a polygraph test. Today is the first day I'm not a liar, and I feel good about myself." Now, when a person feels good about themselves, they're less likely to act out. And that's the beauty of the polygraph. It works for everybody in sexual addiction recovery.